Hello, everyone, and welcome to the premiere episode of Brain Bites podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Malcolm Reed, someone who's spent years peering into the mysteries of the brain. But don't worry, I'm here to make it fun, not frightening. This podcast is all about unpacking the science behind why we think, feel, and act the way we do, served up in quick, tasty bites you can enjoy anywhere. Today, we're diving into a question that's hit me personally more times than I can count. Why does music give us chills? You know that moment, goosebumps, a shiver, maybe even a lump in your throat, when a song just gets you. What's going on in our heads? Let's find out. Picture this. You're in your car, the radio's on, and suddenly a song comes up. Maybe it's the haunting chords of Hotel California, or Adele belting out Someone Like You, or something that takes you straight back to your teenage years. Then, bam, chills. Your skin tingles, your spine shivers. Scientists call this frisson. It's French for shiver or thrill, and it's like your body's way of saying, "Whoa, that was intense." Research suggests that 50 to 80% of us experience this at some point with music. If you're nodding along, great, you're not alone. If you're thinking, nope, not me, hang tight. We'll explore why that might be. 2. The feeling we all know. Here's the kicker, this isn't just in your imagination. Your brain and body are teaming up to react to pure sound. How cool is that? At the heart of it is dopamine, which I like to call the brain's happy juice. It's the chemical that floods in when you bite into a chocolate bar or cross a finish line. When music gives you chills, your brain's basically throwing a dopamine party, and you didn't even have to RSVP. So what makes music the VIP guest that triggers this reaction? Let's dig into the science, the neuroscience behind the chills. Alright, let's take a little stroll through your brain. No lab coat required. When you hear music, it first hits your auditory cortex, the part that decodes the notes, rhythm, and words. Think of it as your brain's sound engineer, but the chills come when those sound waves reach your reward system, specifically a spot called the nucleus accumbens. This is your brain's pleasure hub. It lights up for everything from a good meal to a warm hug. Back in 2011, some brilliant folks at McGill University put people in brain scanners and played music that gave them chills. Here's what they saw. Right before that shiver hits, maybe during a big swell in the melody or a dramatic pause, your brain starts anticipating the peak. It's like it's saying, hold on, something awesome's coming. That build-up releases a trickle of dopamine. Then when the moment lands, say a singer hits that high note, your brain goes all out, flooding you with more dopamine and sparking those chills. It's like a reward for guessing the musical punchline. But there's more to it. Your emotions are in on this too. Music has this superpower. It can yank memories and feelings right out of your mental filing cabinet. Ever hear a song and suddenly you're back at your first dance or a rainy day you'd forgotten? That's your amygdala, the brain's emotional hotspot, linking the music to your life. So those chills aren't just about the sound, they're about what it means to you. It's neuroscience meets storytelling, and your brain's the author. Why some songs hit harder? So why does one song send shivers down your spine while another just doesn't? It's not random chaos, there's a method to the madness. First, surprise is a biggie. Music that catches you off guard, like a sudden key change or an epic crescendo, often triggers frisson. Think of that moment in Sweet Child O' Mine when the guitar solo explodes after the build-up. Your brain's like, didn't see that coming, love it. Then there's the personal angle. A 2019 study showed that chills often come from music that vibes with you, your personality, your memories, your life. If you're an emotional soul, a tearjerker ballad might do it. If you're a bit of a music nerd like me, maybe it's a wild jazz riff. Culture matters too. Beethoven might give one person chills, while a pop anthem does it for someone else. Oh, and here's a quirky tidbit. Not everyone gets these chills, and that's totally normal. A 2016 study found that some folks have fewer connections between their auditory and reward centers, might be genetic. So if your buddy's staring at you like you're nuts while you're tearing up to a song, don't take it personally. Their brain's just wired differently. Why does this matter? Why bother figuring this out? Well, for starters, it's a peek into how wild and wonderful our brains are. Those chills show how sound can sync up with our emotions and bodies in real time. Music's more than background noise. It's a mood lifter, a stress buster, even a healer. Research backs this up. It can ease anxiety, perk you up, and give you a natural dopamine hit. No prescription needed. Want to use this in your life? Next time you're down, cue up a song that's given you chills before. It's like a shortcut to a brain boost. Or hunt for new tracks with big emotional payoffs. Experiment with genres or revisit old favorites. Music's a free ticket to feel something, so why not cash it in? That's our bite-sized dive into why music gives us chills. From brain chemistry to heartstrings, it's a little bit of magic backed by science. What song does it for you? Tell me in the comments. I'm dying to know. If you liked this, subscribe to Brain Bites podcast for more. We drop episodes when inspiration strikes, so stay tuned. This is Dr. Malcolm Reed saying thanks for listening. Keep chasing those chills.